All right, hello everybody. For those of you watching on my Twitter, hello. Please click the link and go to YouTube so you can comment and talk to me. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello. Please go to Twitter and follow me. See how that works? Two in between. All right, hello everybody. Thank you for stopping and scrolling and watching and seeing how bad I am at gambling. I'm having a great time. Yesterday wasn't horrible. I wish it went better. I was super wrong on baseball. I was all over the Mets, and the Mets did absolutely nothing. Walker Buehler pitched absolutely fantastically. It's nothing that we've ever seen. Like, we saw nothing of what he did last night in all of 2024. He's going after that bag in free agency. I still think he signs like a short and smaller valued prove it deal with somebody. There's a GM, president of baseball operations in town, that likes to do that kind of stuff with Walker Bueller type players. So maybe he ends up being a Cub. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Uh, we'll talk about it at a different time because that is not this show. This show is gambling. Reminder that tonight I will be back with Cody from CHGO on his YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about our NCAA plays for this weekend. So college football plays. I'm going to be giving out my first ever play of the weekend, surefire, boom, did it play. So make sure you tune in for that. I'm very excited to make that pick. But that's all football stuff. That's pro football, college football, and stuff. And I am watching way too much playoff baseball and way too much hockey to to kind of take over what we got going over there, because that's a full hour of football over there. I got other picks, bro. Like, I got other stuff to get off my chest. So I have created my own YouTube channel and my thing over here to give you those plays, and I'm very excited about it. So we did our picks for the Thursday night football yesterday. So make sure you go to Cody's YouTube page. It's on my Twitter all over. And then he's CHGO Cody, or one of the Cody CHGO, one of the two on Twitter. So make sure you go follow him. And then all of his videos are there, and you can follow, and then you can subscribe to his YouTube channel. But that's where we did our Thursday night plays, and I'll go over them really quick on here before I get into all my plays for tonight. But we might as well take a look at what I did yesterday. Like I said, not as fun as I wanted to have, not as much fun as I wanted to have. Western Kentucky and Sam Houston State just scored. They scored 31 points in the first half. I was like, oh my gosh, we're cruising. And then they proceeded to do absolutely nothing in the second half. So that was very disappointing. The Mets never woke up. So that one wasn't like, I went to bed before that one was even over. I didn't even want to watch it. And because those two were going so poorly, I didn't even want to stay up and watch the hockey ones. And those are the only ones that hit. And we had 8 goals in Bruins Avalanche. And my guy, the Rantanen, he scored a goal. So we got those 2 plays. They were plus unit plays. So that felt good. Overall, we won just about a quarter of a unit, which is in the green and not in the red. So we're making progress at least. So that brings me to tonight. I'm very excited about tonight because of the events of yesterday in baseball. I am staying as far away from baseball as possible. I looked at the college football slate. There's one game of intriguement, and that is Boston College and Virginia Tech. And I have absolutely no idea what to do. So if anybody's here watching and they have an idea of what to do in that game, please comment and let me know, because I kind of want to make a play on it, but I have no idea what to do. Virginia Tech at home. They're favored by 7.5, somewhere in there. I know that their stadium gets very electric at night. However, this team had expectations of maybe competing in the ACC, and I think those have gone away after the first few weeks of football. And Boston College is a mid-ish program, so I don't really know what to do. I don't really feel like the over is in play, but it's in the 40s, so who knows? So if anybody has a play for tonight, I would love to hear it, and I would love to jump on your bandwagon. So with that being said, I do have plays for tonight. And Thursday night football, we went over them yesterday on Cody's podcast, but just really quickly, just so you know where my head's at, Cody and Blake both took the Broncos, and to avoid what happened on Sunday night or Monday Night Football this week when we all picked the Jets and the under, the Bills and the over. Took took the cake. So I went against them. I went Saints money line just solely so all three of us didn't. Maybe the Saints get lucky, and there's no film on Spencer Rattler, so maybe the defense won't know what to do. I don't know. So I picked the Saints. I did pick the under 37.5. When it's in the 30s, that's just hilariously low for the NFL. Um, the Broncos played the Chargers last week, and the over under was 35.5. I took the over. The Chargers basically did it all by themselves and just barely. So we'll see. I also took both quarterbacks to throw interceptions because that's my favorite bet to do. It's on BetMGM and it's plus 100 for this particular game. So that's Bo Nix and Spencer Rattler. Between the two of them, two interceptions. One person can have two. Both of them can have one. It doesn't matter. But we'll see what happens. So I got that one. And then Bo Nix over 29, and it's supposed to be 29.5. I put 29.6. Good proofreading on my part. Pass attempts for Bo Nix. Cody and I talked about it last night. He throws the ball, and the Broncos throw the ball a ton. So look for that to be relatively easy. It's Cody's favorite play. It's my favorite play. So maybe that makes it doomsday. I don't know, but I really liked Bo Nix over 29.5. And then Alvin Kamara. I wasn't going to pick a touchdown bet, but one of the books that I used gave me a profit boost for that. So I went ahead and took Alvin Kamara because it went from minus 110 to plus money. I think it was a 20% boost. So I just took it. So those are my individual plays. And then we had a same game parlay that we cooked up. Spencer Rattler over 21.5 rushing yards. Young quarterback, going to be very excited for, I think it's his first NFL start. He's going to be running around. And so I feel like we could get a couple of 10, 15-yard rushes. And if it does come down to him having to take a knee at the end of the game, hopefully it doesn't affect this number. Alvin Kamara, he's a monster. They're at home. It's a Thursday night. It's a primetime game. Saints fans show up for these kind of things. Drew Brees at halftime. I think he's getting his number retired. Sean Payton back in the house. It's going to be electric in there. I expect Kamara to put on a show. So I went over 109.5 rushing and receiving yards combined. And then for him to get 4.5 receptions out of the backfield from Spencer Rattler. And then Sutton on the other side for the Broncos over 45.5 receiving yards. That was one of Cody's plays last night. I really liked it. So I put it into this parlay on FanDuel. They have a same game parlay risk free. I got it up to 784. So if it hits, awesome. If it doesn't, I get my bet back in credits, and then we'll try again on something else. So that's those two things. If you want more information on that, again, go to Cody's YouTube page. We talked about it for like 30-40 minutes last night. So more stuff. Blake was there too. It was great. Now let's get on to tonight. I'm all over hockey tonight. I love hockey. I'm having so much fun watching hockey because hockey's back. Panthers, they're back at home. They're playing the Canucks, who just lost one in Tampa. Panthers are the defending champs for a reason, and they look relatively very well. They're scoring a lot of goals. Vancouver, I thought they were a very good road team last year. They had a very good record on the road, but they just laid a dud in Tampa the other night, and they looked weird and off. Patterson was off, so I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that happens again. I don't know. I went with Panthers. That's where the money is too. All the money's going towards the Panthers. So the bets and the money. So I went with that. I took the Rangers money line over the Red Wings. These teams just played 2 days ago in New York, and they had 2 days off prior to that matchup. They have 2 days off to this matchup, and we saw the Rangers just outclass the Red Wings. I know this game is going to be back in Detroit, but the Red Wings are clearly a better hockey team right now. They're starting out of the gate super hot. The Red Wings are still trying to figure things out. They look very discombobulated to start the season. It's a juicy number at minus 150, but in hockey, I'm just looking for wins at this point. I need super big wins. So I'm going to take the Rangers, and then the Oilers Predators over 6.5. These are two very hungry hockey teams that are not winning a lot of games. The Oilers win the other night is the only win between these two teams. Predators starting slow. Oilers with high expectations starting super slow. I expect both teams to be flying around the ice and goals galore. So I took the over 6.5. Now we get to the main event. Blackhawks are back home tonight. I got it on my hat. Connor Bedard back in the United Center with his Titans. Uh, Blackhawks, they're looking good. Last year was not fun, but we watched because Connor Bedard is special. This year, little bit higher expectations. We don't expect a ton of wins, but this hockey team is fun to watch, and you can tell that it's starting to come together. They looked good in Calgary. They didn't quite get it done. They couldn't put a whole 60 together. I think tonight is probably one of the first. I mean, they put 60 together against Edmonton the other night, which was incredible. I think tonight against the Sharks is when we do again see them put 60 minutes together in front of the home crowd for the first time. They've got to be one of the last teams to open up their home arena. So I went with 3 plays to get the value to plus 350. I got the Blackhawks over 3.5 goals tonight. I think they're lighting up the lamp, and we're singing Chelsea a dagger 3 or 4 or 5 times even. So Blackhawks puck line -1.5. They're a better hockey team than the Sharks. The Sharks are kind of what the Blackhawks were last year with their number 1 pick, trying to just figure something out. And then Connor Bedard over 1.5 points. I think he gets a goal and an assist. I really wanted to do the goal, but I just, he's been passing a lot and his passes are sweet. So 1.5, if he gets 2 assists, that's 2 points. I'm going to go with that. Altogether, that value is at plus 350 on the book that I put it in. I think it was on Bet Rivers, but I'm very excited to watch the Blackhawks at home tonight. I was scouting tickets to see how much money they were going to cost me to go, seeing if my wife wanted to go. I didn't end up asking her because the tickets were I didn't want to spend the money, but I am going to be watching the game. I'm very excited for the game. So those are the plays for tonight. We got this Blackhawks same game parlay. We got these 3 hockey plays. We got this parlay, the risk-free parlay for Thursday Night Football. And then all of these bets for Thursday Night Football props. I really need to up my prop game because it is not going well, boys and girls. So with the help of Cody and Blake, I'm hoping that gets better. So those are my plays for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for who was watching tonight. Remember that I think we're going to go around 6 or 6:30, be checking for Cody's Twitter and my Twitter, and then Cody's YouTube page. We're going to do all of our college football picks for this weekend. Like I said, I have a play of the week. I need to find a special name for it, but I'm very excited for this play. It was so obvious, and I can tell you that I put this bet in on Monday. Immediately when I saw the line, I put the bet in. It has already gone in my favor by over a point. So I know what I'm doing here. I know I'm right. I can't wait to be right. I can't wait to share it with you guys and share it with Cody. So 6:30, somewhere in there. Be checking Cody's Twitter. Be checking his YouTube page. We'll be back doing those picks. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube. You can't comment on Twitter for some reason, but you can comment on the YouTube page. So I'm going to be trying to do these around the 3:34, 4:35, somewhere in there every single day, just letting people know what my picks are and holding myself accountable for my actual record. You can also follow me on the Action Network. Sometimes I make plays right before the game starts, but I also count those. They're on the Action Network. But for the purpose of this show, I'm only going to check what I give the people on here. But you can check me out on the Action Network. It'll show all of my plays, and it'll probably show how stupid I am. So we'll see what happens. We'll see you guys tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Go do the hockey, and then we'll talk some football a little bit later.